Hey, welcome back, everybody. Sarcasm Speaks. Jared and Bob and Jones is here with us
Yo.
today. You can see him if you're on YouTube. Did you get a fresh mohawk? Looks.
Yeah, I have like 2 weeks left before I go to Hawaii, so I figured might as well just enjoy it.
Oh yeah, that's right. How long are you in Hawaii for?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay,
2 weeks.
that checks out.
Yeah.
Because I know
We
as
try-
soon as you get back, we go to Saratoga.
Yeah, I think what's going to end up happening is the day we get back, I have to like do all my in processing crap, and then drive from Pittsburgh up to New York, which is actually a shorter
Not that
drive.
bad.
Yeah.
It's from Pittsburgh to New York is closer than the house.
Yeah, I mean Pittsburgh. I mean, I know what I'm about to say, mate. Doesn't really matter because these states are pretty fucking big, but Pittsburgh does border New York. Versus Maryland, which is south of the Mason-Dixon, which we figured out, I think, the last time you were on.
But yeah, it'll be fun. Everyone's super jealous that I'm going, and I'm just assuming that it's gonna be hot and miserable. I'm just gonna be miserable the entire time anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're going to Hawaii for like fun.
I mean, that's kind of what it is. Like we just work a few hours and then we just get rip shit on whatever they have there. Tiki drinks.
Zombies.
So
Yeah.
Zombies. Good God.
So that'll be fun. They're not
But,
zombies green, are they?
What is it?
Zombies.
No, they're red.
Yeah, so you're safe.
You'll get you if if you drink zombies the way that I assume you can, you won't like red drinks either. That's how that'll go.
So I'll just hate Christmas after Hawaii.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, you just don't drink your Christmas. You can drink Festivus colors. Gray and nothing.
Are you going to was it Honolulu?
Yeah, we're staying in Waikiki.
Okay.
So I guess the hotel's right on the beach. And Matt's been there a bunch of times and said that it's a prime spot. So they have their bars open till like 4 or 5. They have brunch, so
Nice.
can't imagine it'd be a bad time.
Yeah. I can never remember like the names of I think, is Honolulu the name of the city or the island?
I think it's the big island, but Waikiki's like the suburb. Maybe.
Okay, so you're going to the big island?
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. I didn't know there was military stuff on the big island.
I mean, that's what Pearl Harbor was.
I thought it was in Honolulu.
Yeah, it's the big island.
No fucking way. Am I that retarded?
Is he all right? Because based on the tracking of that conversation, you said Honolulu was the big island.
Yeah,
No.
unless
Honolulu is I thought
think
Honolulu was a different island.
no, Honolulu is the big island.
No, I thought it was its own thing. Here we
No,
go.
it's just
Hawaii and Lao Wow.
I always thought that like Honolulu was the big island because Honolulu, the city, is on Honolulu.
No, Honolulu is a different island. I'm looking at it right now.
So where the fuck is Honolulu? Oh, it's the middle guy.
Yeah, Honolulu is the middle guy.
Oh, so I'm saying on the big island. So I'm the
Okay.
retard.
Yeah, so you're not near. Well, I mean, yes, you are pretty relatively close to Pearl Harbor, but you're like 4 islands over.
So where the fuck is? Because the base I'm going to says Pearl Harbor.
I get you all fucked up now.
Oh, maybe that. I don't fuck. So it is on Honolulu. So I am on Honolulu. I don't know.
So you're going to Oahu. I think Oahu is the island that Honolulu is on.
It is. Yeah. Rice, that was an ordeal.
Yeah, because when we go to Hawaii, we fly in. You can only fly in to Honolulu from not Hawaii. So if you go to Hawaii from not Hawaii, you have to fly into Honolulu Airport And then from there, you take a separate plane to whatever fucking island you're going to. Unless you're like flying private, you can't just fly from not Hawaii to like Maui or like Lanai or any of the other various islands. You have
Are
to
you-
fly into Oahu.
Are you doing just the Big Island, or are you doing just Oahu, or are you just fucking around?
No, we're staying in Maui.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be fun. I think it's right next to the Big Island, but it has Kapalua Bay, the golf course, and also the place. Kapalua Bay is a place. So I'm going to try and play there. It's a preposterous amount of money for a round of golf, but it's probably the only time I'm ever going to be in Hawaii. So why not, right?
I mean, it's kind of like the cost of courses like that.
Yeah. I was
like courses that they play on the PGA Tour in a destination, they're gonna cost $500 plus or minus.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, right. Like Pebble, probably.
Pebble's like 5 or 6. Whistling
say-
Straits is like 450.
Kiowa is probably up there.
Kiowa, yeah, it's probably at least 350.
Yeah.
Pinehurst.
Yep.
By the time you're done
Sawgrass.
paying for it's like 400. Sawgrass is like 400-500.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to play like the courses that these dudes play in a destination, that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it'll be cool. Obviously won't be playing from the championship tees, but
Oh no, dude! Didn't you know the only way to get your money's worth is to shoot about $1 billion from the tips?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna size it up and look at the scorecard when we get there. But like, I might play from the fucking ladies' tees if I have to.
Yeah, I mean the only benefit I could see is if there is like a 6,400, some of it will play easier because the ball will go further.
Yeah, that's true too.
But
So I think that's just about my max. Like I if it was like 64, 6,500, I was like, I don't want to play anything longer than that.
depends on what the one below it is. Like if your choices are 57 and 64, then that's like,
Yeah, I
kinda
could go with
fucked.
the 64. Yeah.
but if there's like a 59 to 62, that would be like kind of a good spot because you also want to enjoy yourself.
Right. And that's the thing too. And I know that's like wide open, big fairways and all that shit, but still like the length is like not awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah. If you have any free time on Oahu, not the Big Island, you should see if you guys get out there. Imagine you guys.
Let's see
just
how the course they
running
play.
around.
They play the Sony. It's not at fuck. They play. Do they play in Waikiki? Now I can't even know. I don't even know anymore. PGA Tour schedule. Because Kapalua is the Tournament of Champions where they go and just
Yes.
like it's like par 73 and it's Wailea. That's what they
Wailea,
play.
yeah. I just got it
How the
up.
fuck do you even spell that? I don't even know how to spell that. Wait, can you even play that? I don't even think so.
No, I don't know what island it's on. It is Waikiki. Wailea. Waikiki on Wailea. Right near the Kualau mountain range. Dude, Hawaii's got some fucked up fucking words.
Like quite literally would not be able to fucking
Yeah.
pronounce any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Think if I can, I'm gonna bring my clubs, and I'll end up probably just be playing on base because every base that I've gone to has a decent enough course where I just suck.
Oh, Waikiki is on Oahu. So Jones, you could potentially play there.
Well, I the only thing is I can't spell Wailea, so I can't tell if it's a private course or not.
It's
Find out if it's private.
Waiala.
You're looking at it. You fucking do it, Mari.
Every other letter is an A. Waialae.
The one thing I've noticed about Hawaiians, just looking at like all the places that we're gonna be staying and like doing and stuff, they love their vowels, like either an A, E, I, or U.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
There's like
Yeah.
no,
And none of the times Y. They just totally neglect the Y as a vowel.
or C.
Yeah.
Jones, your travels didn't bring you out to Lubbock at all, did it? Did you?
That's Texas Tech, right?
Yeah.
No,
So I was gonna say there's an Air Force base there with a golf course that JJ Colleen hosts a tournament at. And I guess he calls it the signature. This place sucks. Like, it is awful. And the signature hole is next to a fireworks stand and a porn shop.
that's like Lubbock is in the middle of fucking nowhere.
It's west
Yeah, isn't that
Texas.
West. Yeah, I was gonna say West Texas.
That's near San Angelo. So yeah, I actually knew somebody who their significant other was stationed there, and he said it was an absolute fucking shithole.
Yeah, so Reese Air Force Base is where they host like the he calls it the Carney Cup, and it's just a fucking mess. Like, it is just a disaster.
I'm sure they have clowns popping out from holes too.
Oh, it's just like like golf is the very, very least important part of that tournament.
All right. So before we get into the big hit here, you guys see Stranger Things? You guys finish it? Jones, you watch it?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because one of the times when Sexy Chris was on, we gave our predictions.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't remember exactly what they all were, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say all our predictions were incorrect. Just, if I had to guess, right?
Well, I guess if you're listening and you don't want it to be spoiled, I guess that ship has sailed. Didn't someone say Eddie was going to die?
No, I said Steve was going to die.
We'll have to check the tapes. Did I
Yeah.
say Eddie was going to die because he was the new guy? They built him up just to kill him like they did Bob? Or did I just think that? Did I say that?
Truthfully, I don't remember.
Say that
Oh, well,
sounds but it could
Credit
be
to myself for nailing the prediction.
Yeah. You fucking idiots.
Oh no,
didn't get
I
anything.
said it was the guy Murray. I said it was gonna be him that would die because they
Okay.
built him up in this
Okay.
season just to kill him, like
Yeah.
they did with Rudy. And I guess the wrong guy. They killed Eddie, not Murray.
Yeah. Maybe Sexy Chris was on Eddie. I don't know. He'll listen to
I don't
this
know.
at some point and maybe he'll remember and let
I
me
have
know.
no idea. I don't even remember the predictions because we're always wrong. So
Yeah.
why remember them?
it's literally that's how I look at it. It's like we make all these predictions and none of them ever happen. So I just say them and then forget them. Happens all
Yeah.
the time. Like people that like I actually know that listen to the show, like they'll say something to me and I'll be like, I don't remember saying that. But it's like I don't doubt that I did say it.
Yeah.
I just don't remember saying it because one, I talk a fucking lot. And we do this twice a week. And two, like if I'm given a prediction on something, most of the time I'm like, this is probably not going to happen. So there's no need for me to remember it.
Yep. Yeah, how did it end? Basically, like Hawkins split in half and
It's split into
Yeah.
four. Like the cracks like broke it into fours, and then it was like bisect each other.
yeah. And
pretty
Eddie's
much-
dead, but the rest of them are there, right? And now kind of like everyone's back in
Kinda.
Hawkins.
I mean, Max is kind of dead
Oh yeah,
she-
she's
because apparently 11 is Jesus now. She just brought Max back from the dead. She was
why,
literally,
she wrote the Declaration of Independence.
yeah. Max was
Jesus.
dead. And then she literally just like put her hand on her chest and was like, no. And then she came back to life. So
Yeah, she's like mostly a vegetable at this point.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then like everyone else is back, like ready to fucking hang out.
Yeah, the gang got all back together just in time for it to end.
Yeah, because it's like we got like a world ending situation kind of going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Will feels that like Vecna's not totally dead because Will feels them and shit. Which
Yep.
I'm like okay with like Will like becoming like a Vecna like plant. So I kind of hated him this season. He was kind of huge cunt the entire season.
I mean, that guy like literally will serve no purpose.
I mean, through the whole series,
outside of the guy who
Will
was
has
lost,
been-
he was Doug from The Hangover. We've said that before.
Yeah.
That one we've said.
yes, I know. I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all he is. It's like, I'm good with you. Like, yeah, you were integral to the plot and actually really the whole thing. But that's only by default.
Yeah.
That's because you got taken for whatever reason.
You know who really soured on me throughout the series is Mike.
Yeah, he was a cunt.
He's a
Yeah, he was-
huge fucking bitch. He sucks.
Yeah,
I don't know what the deal is with him this season. It was just fucking weird.
Also, is it just me or did like the whole like Hopper and the mom like love story like mean absolutely nothing to anyone?
So I said this to Michaela. I was like, the entire Russian shit, did that even need to happen? And she
That's
said,
what
she said lighting the Demogorgons,
Yeah.
lighting them on fire, weakened Vecna to like do their thing. It's like, okay, that is correct.
But like, did
But
they
yeah,
need to
that-
be in Russia?
But like
Yeah.
the whole Russian thing,
That
in
was a
my
gigantic.
opinion, didn't need to happen. Like, what did that do? It just
It's
showed
just-
that they like a series of getting lucky.
Yeah. I think it was Nick that I was talking to. Shout out to Nick, friend of the show. That he made a comment that he thought it could have been because of COVID. Because they filmed this season partially during COVID. So they kind of like broke up the cast into like pods. Right. So like if someone got it and it got passed through like the crew, they could still film the other pods at different locations. Which I thought makes a lot of sense, right? But it is it was kind of weird, right? Because all the seasons kind of have that thing where like the crew splits up and then they get back together. But like this season was like literally just like they were all apart the entire time until like the last 5 minutes of episode 9.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with them being fragmented. It's just 2 out of the 3 pods were all working towards the same goal, and one was not.
Yeah.
And I know I understand that having a dimension underneath your current dimension is far-fetched. The shit in Russia was just a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
accepting the scene and everything, because yeah, no, obviously, like this
Not only
undead curse thing that fucking fucks people up. Yeah, okay, that's a little far-fetched.
Yeah. I think not even just on far-fetched, it was unnecessary, right? Like it was too much, right? Like it was like you don't need to be there. Right?
No,
Like-
because you know what could have happened is Hopper could have escaped when he actually did.
right,
He gets back,
right.
to
And then they
civilization,
work towards
and then he
crazy
helps the
shit.
cause.
Yeah, exactly.
And at least that makes sense.
Right.
I think that probably would have built the story better. Because I mean, when they were in Russia, that was I felt that was a gigantic waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't enhance the season at all.
No.
Because what happened at the end, he's back.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could have
Like
just
you
had
weren't
him back
getting the
earlier.
hate. Like you just weren't. Like everyone knew that he was gonna come back and all.
Yeah. Oh, and then Matthew Modine died. Finally.
Who the fuck is that?
For real this time.
Who's that?
Papa.
Oh,
Okay, he was a huge douchebag.
Because you thought he died in the first season, and then he came back. Now he's real dead. Now he's dead. He got fucked up.
Yep.
So the one thing that I think is it's going to be interesting, and it may take away from the series as an entire thing once it's all said and done. But I said this to Amy when we first finished. so the way season 4 ended, right? It's like on the cliffhanger. So theoretically, season 5 is immediately like the next second that after season 4, right? Like, because some of the like between season 3 and 4, there was like 9 months in between or a year, or however long. Like, there's been some time built in between, and this is going right into it. Well, the what the fuck is their name? The Duffer Brothers haven't even started writing season 5. So like, when the fuck are they going to film it? And then if it does end up coming out in 2024, that's 2 years later. So now like you have these kids, right, that are anywhere between, I think right now they're like between like 16 and 21. I think Lucas is 21. He's the oldest one out of all of them. So now you're going to have kids that are like 16. And then when this comes out or when it gets filmed, they'll be like 18. They're going to look real different. And like I said, in the in-between time, it's not really going to matter. But like, if you ever go back and rewatch the series straight through, it might be like oh, they all look very different in like, and only 15 seconds passed in their world.
So what I'm looking at right now is Elle will be, if everything comes out in 24, Elle's 18 right now.
Yeah.
So she's gonna look different.
Yeah, she'll be 20.
I mean, I think they've done a pretty good job at like kind of tempering her age, but I mean, you can only do so much.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's the boys are going to look more different, right? Because I think at that age, boys change a lot more. I think girls do more of their changing like younger. But, you know, like if you have like Will, right? Like what if, because then also too, it came out this year. They might have finished taping it last year. So say Will right now, I forget his real name, but say he's like 16. And when they filmed it, when they finished filming it, he was 15. But when they go to film it again, he's 17. Guys change a lot between 15 and 17. Like, what if he like actually, what if he like fills out and gets like thick, right? Like, there's nothing he can do about that, right? Like, what if he looks totally different?
I was gonna say they also change a lot from 17 to 19, which is what it'll be. He's 17 now.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna do some lifting that 1 second. Tell you that.
Yeah. So if he was 17 now, then they would have filmed it when he was 16. So then if they film it again when he's 18 or 19, so that's a difference between 16 and 18 or 16 and 19. Like, that's a big difference. So I don't know. But like I said, it's a minor thing, right? Like, it's not.
At the end of the day, I don't think anybody really care. It'll just be like
It's just one of those, like the way the season left off. Like I said, it's supposed to be like 15 seconds later, but there's a potential that they all look very different.
And they can just do like this whole thing, like, oh, he thought he felt something, but he really didn't.
Yeah.
A year.
Yeah. Put in some stupid time lapse. All right, so let's jump into this what we've all been waiting for. So to give a little preface to the listener or the watcher on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe if you're on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up, like, rate, review, all that stuff. Subscribe if you're audio only guy too. But Jones and I had this discussion, what is this, 2 weeks ago now? I don't even know how it came up, to be honest. But we started talking about the greatest guitarists of all time. And when we were going back and forth originally, we both presented a top 5 to each other. And both of our top 5s, I think there were only 2 people that overlapped in the top 5. And so the 3 that you had that I didn't have, I was like, oh, fuck, like those are really good. And then the 3 I had that you didn't have, you were like, oh, fuck, those are really good. So you're like, do we have to do a top 10? Because it's wild, right? Like there's actually been a lot of really great fucking guitarists in the world. So let's let's fire it off. Jones, you want to lead us off with who
Yeah.
your best guitarists of all time are?
So I had I caught the actual conversation. I caught a case of day drink, and I was watching some video. I was like, this might be a hot take, but Layla from Eric Clapton Snacks. So I was watching the Live Aid version.
Yeah.
And you're like, is that a real hot take? I don't know. I thought it was. But so I'm pulling it up right now. My so we were talking about the top five, and I said Jimmy Page, Hendrix, Tony Iommi, and Brian May. And Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Brian May Queen.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I mean, I said like Jimmy Page and Tony Iommi pretty much invented metal. So every cool riff they've ever done is reproduced either faster or slower in some different time signature. So, and that's kind of how that.
So that's your top five?
That's the top five.
Okay. Yeah. And then at that point, that's when we started like going off the rails, like throwing out like some random names.
Yep.
So my top five were Jimi Hendrix, Carlos Santana, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, and Pete Townsend. So I had on there. I think Pete Townsend gets often overlooked. Guitarist in The Who, because I look at that too. The Who actually was formed, I think, in like the 50s, like the mid to late 50s, and they were big throughout the 60s. And then obviously, you know, they exploded in, you know, the late 60s in the 70s. But Pete Townsend was like one of the first, like, I don't want to use the word hardcore, because with names like Aomi on the list, like he's not hardcore, you know what I mean? But
at the time he was.
But Pete Townsend was like the original, like, kind of nutcase, right? Like his whole the windmill thing, which
I mean,
all
he
things
was out there with
considered,
Keith Moon, like
yeah. But like that was like the Who, right? Like the Who kind of. So personal feelings aside, well, no, fuck that. I'll include them. I hate the Rolling Stones, and I think the Beatles fucking suck. I think the Who is better than both of them, and I think they don't get nearly the credit they deserve for what they did for rock and roll, right? The early days of rock and roll. I think the Who was significantly better than the Stones and the Beatles. I think the Beatles are absolute garbage trash. I would put the Stones above the Beatles, but still they're not great. And the Who is far superior.
Since they're all British, I prefer that you call them all rubbish.
They are rubbish. The Who is superior. So for me, that's why Pete Townsend is in my top five. And again, like it's not like a big deal, but the whole windmill thing that he did when he played, or still does, like that was the first time anyone ever did something like that.
I also feel like the Who, like their stage show was more animated than, say, like Sabbath or probably even Zeppelin too. Like, I mean, Daltrey was a lunatic. Keith Moon was a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, just like the group in and of itself, right? Like that entire group was like, holy shit, dude, these guys are nuts. And then you have John Entwistle on the bass that like just kind of kept to himself, but like did a ton of fucking drugs. He was like the quiet guy in the corner that was like constantly on acid and shrooms. I think John Entwistle actually was one of the greatest bass guitarists ever. If we're gonna, you know, branch out and ever talk about that,
we are not doing bass player rankings. We are not fucking doing that.
No, but I mean, if you couldn't tell, I'm a big Who fan.
Ooh, I love the guy from Living Color. Like, we're not doing this. All right, so I made 10, so I'll tell you who I'm eliminating out of my 5. I guess Buckethead has to go. Alexi Laiho, who is the lead guitar for Children of Bodom, he's got to go too. John Petrucci, because mostly I think he's probably the most talented guitarist since 2000 Dream Theater. So I think he's probably the most talented guitarist, but I just don't care for the music. Never have. How many does that leave me with now? Oh fuck.
So
Randy Rhoads, I'll get rid of him.
I mean, you don't really have to scratch because I mean,
Well,
did 20.
this is my top. Well, I made 10, so I'm gonna cut it down to 5 by also telling you my 10.
Yeah.
All right, so what am I down to now? I'm down to 6. I am gonna get rid. I don't like this, but I'm gonna get rid of. By personal preference, I'm gonna get rid of Dave Mustaine. People forget he effectively started Metallica and then pissed on someone's bass, and then that was that. But Megadeth, sneaky underrated guitar riffs.
Yeah, they're good.
Like
He's a gigantic.
no, he sucks.
He's a
But
gigantic.
the Megadeth guitar riffs they are sneaky good. Which leads me to my top 5. Jimi Hendrix, as we talked about. Eddie Van Halen.
Good one.
Slash. This is no particular order, except my 1. My 1 is in order.
Okay.
So I also have Zakk Wylde from Black Label Society and Ozzy. And number 1, no debate. I will not have a debate on this. Is Dimebag. He is by far the best guitarist of all time. And I'm gonna go fact on that one. I don't care about any fucking guy who fucking played an arpeggio in the 60s. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck that Chuck Berry took the fucking whatever the fuck style guitar that was, like the semi-hollow body, and used some blues twang. I don't give a fuck. Dimebag Darrell was the best guitarist of all time. And it's super fucking unfortunate that he got shot on stage. And like that still sucks. Because he was fucking good. And it's like if he was still alive and playing music, it'd probably still be with Damage Plan. But like they would be producing what you could be considered good actual rock. As opposed to like now it's like a band that put out a good CD one time can put something else out, and I have no idea if it's going to be any good at all.
Yeah.
So I only overlapped Hendrix for top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting take.
You did have a lot of you had a lot of guys I had on my top 20. A lot of them are dead though. Like the majority of them are 1000%.
Yeah. So Dimebag's dead. Hendrix is dead. Eddie Van Halen's dead. Randy Rhoads is dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Buckethead. Dude, so I actually think Buckethead's pretty good, but like, I also just think it's funny.
Yeah.
But man, he wails sometimes. And then Zakk Wylde, I could also like. He's a little bit borderline for me because probably squeals a little bit too much when he plays. But other than that, like some of his guitar riffs are fucking lights out.
I got into a little bit of a rabbit hole over the weekend where I was like listening to him against Randy Rhoads, and it's crazy how like Randy influenced him, and like even like the Black Label stuff. I mean, the Black Label stuff is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Black Label Society is good, and it's just like it's a weird genre because it's more modern than like your Metallicas, like what it would be like your classic thrash metal, but it also like doesn't fit current music. So I don't know, it's like in purgatory. But I've always liked Zakk Wylde, even when he played for Ozzy.
That was like one of my first concerts was Ozzy with Zach and Rob Zombie, and that was just fucking
Oh wow.
at the DCU, and it was just fucking. I saw boobs for the first time. What the fuck is
That's That sounds about right. Sounds like the crowd. That concert at the DCU Center. I'm not surprised.
I will say though, it was hard when you went back when you were like, oh, we're gonna do like the guitarist thing. I was like, ah, shit. I'm like, I got to come up with what I want because I wasn't just gonna be like a contrarian the whole time, but I also wasn't gonna pick Angus Young. Like,
No.
I'm not doing this just because AC/DC was popular doesn't mean their guitarist was really, really good because I don't think he was.
No, I don't think he was.
Have you guys heard the song Big Balls?
Yeah.
I would love for someone to explain to me why that's a good song.
Yeah. Like there was someone or because in doing a little bit of research in this, there was some other people that were like, oh, ZZ Top, like whoever the guitarist was from ZZ Top. And I was like, no, it's not that good.
It's just, I mean, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like in doing my first like iteration of the list, like I had David Gilmour after the conversation we had, Jared.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah. So I think David Gilmour is in my top 10.
Yep.
I think as is probably Iommi, Brian May, Stevie Ray, and I think Eddie Van Halen was my top 10.
Santana was great.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have Santana at number 2. I have Hendrix 1, Santana 2, and then everyone else is kind of like interchangeable. Like people forget. Like Santana literally like invented fucking shit. Like and I know Iommi kind of, like you said, he basically invented metal. But Santana like has done shit that like no one else can do. And he's still doing it now.
Yeah. Until he like had almost a heart attack or something. Like
yeah. I think so. A lot of people overlook him because he's not like a lyricist, right? Like he doesn't like get out there and like sing. I don't know does he sing at all? I don't think so. I think he only plays guitar.
Backing vocals like back in the 70s.
Yeah. So like people don't really give him a lot of credit, but like he can fucking play, man. Like he is, again, he's my number 2 guitarist of all time.
Another one I said was Dwayne Allman. The Allman
Brothers. The Allman Brothers.
I got Allman Brothers tickets.
Another one I had, one of my dad's favorite bands was Boston, and Tom Schultz who's actually like a legitimate like brilliant person. Like he went to either Harvard or MIT, and he made his own fucking amp to make it like that spaceshipy sound. Like he made that, he created that. Like that. I mean, he's a shit dude. And ultimately, he made Brad Delp kill himself. But like, he's a great guitarist. Another one I had, Devin Townsend, who's still kicking around, fantastic. Jerry Cantrell from Alice had some good stuff, solo stuff. So I don't know, man.
I saw a list when I was doing this, they had Kurt Cobain listed high, and I'm like, listen, I appreciate everything Kurt Cobain did. Yeah. He was not a good guitarist.
No, he was not.
Not at all. Songwriter, sure.
Yeah.
If you needed someone to do drugs, would you put anyone else up there? Nah, probably not. Like there's very few people I'd put up there.
Yeah.
But I was but like guitar ability, no.
Yeah.
No way. People sleep on Sinister Gates, Avenged Sevenfold.
I was taking him around too.
And who?
Huh?
Who, Jones?
Oh no! I was kicking him around for my list too.
Yeah, he's not like so. That I said that to Mel, like, oh, I'm picking Sinister Gates 1, but he's solid, and whoever the drummer used to be,
the Rev. The dude who died?
Was the Rev the drummer?
I thought so.
Because there were a couple off of their Backcountry CD. There were a couple good drum riffs in there too. They were sneaky good. Was the Rev?
Jones, I was just looking at your list that you sent me too. I think sneaky good on there. I mean, not top 10, but like hanging around, top 15, top 20 would be Mike McCready.
Yeah.
From Pearl Jam. It's pretty
I
good.
mean, they're memorable. Also, somebody I forgot is what's his tits from my Bullet for My Valentine. It's probably some.
I don't even know his name, but Bullet for My Valentine has good riffs. They're pretty good. Like they're another one. They're pretty good, and they've kind of like stuck too.
Yeah, but what about Jack White?
Oh God. You want to talk about no talent ass clown? Jack White is the biggest of no talent ass clowns. Like Seven Nation Army. Like the best part about Seven Nation Army is they teach in drum class a basic pattern. The drum beat for Seven Nation Army is not far off.
Yeah.
So what they teach you in high school as a one or as a fucking elective or whatever the fuck it is, what it culminates in teaching you this basic pattern is effectively what it is to call, wow, he writes all the parts. Yeah, did he have to? Because the fucking
maybe it would have been better if he didn't.
The fucking high school teacher that got fired for sexual assault was a better drummer than him. So it's like I don't want to fucking hear it.
Shout out to Medford High.
People also forget that he had a rock documentary with The Edge from U2. Like as soon as you like have a documentary with The Edge from U2, you can automatically get fucked.
Yeah, everyone at U2 can get fucked too.
I fucking got no use for it. I do not like U2.
No.
And I was listening to a podcast, like we don't need to name it, whatever. And they were like, oh, favorite band, like did like a rapid fire. It's like, oh, favorite band or favorite artist, favorite musical artist. And it's like Coldplay. I'm like, what the fuck? U2. Like what?
Who are these people?
Dean Martin. I'm like, you guys are the biggest fucking nerds in the entire world.
Yeah, holy shit.
How the fuck were those the answers that you came up with? Why don't you just say I don't like music? Like that was awful. I was pissed. You know what I am glad is that no one said Kim Thale, Soundgarden.
Oh
yeah.
There is no band that has gotten more credit for creating more annoying noises in their music than Soundgarden. Like really listen to it one day.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh yeah, but what about Tom Morello?
I was just gonna say that.
Oh, Rage. Oh, dude, one time he played an entire song with the little switch on his guitar. You didn't know that?
Yeah.
People forget. Yeah. Sorry, that doesn't make it good.
Yeah.
Just different.
So if you had to say favorite band of all time, who would it be? Like off the top of my head, like not really putting any thought to it, I'm probably going to say Rush.
Off the top of my head, automatically Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Mine's hard because it requires my band to stop making music in 2008 because it was In Flames, but now sucks.
Oh yeah.
So
pre 2008 In Flames.
So In Flames, assuming that they never created anything,
they all died in a plane crash in 2009.
I forget what that album was. No, it was an album with Alias, and I'm like, this is trending towards bad. Oh, and then the next one that came out was like Rusted Nail or Rusted some. It was some, and it was the fucking worst. Or like Sounds of a Playground. That was the album. Awful.
No. I love Sounds of a Playground. You're thinking from Sense of Purpose was the album with Alias. I like that album. That was that last album where they like were falling off the cliff.
Yeah, like I noticed it with Alias. I gotta pull up their Discog, you know.
I think it's interesting though. It could just be us that we're just idiots. But I think it's interesting that even in listing the top 10, top 5 guitarists and favorite bands, none of them are recent. right? Like you have the most recent one with In Flames, who still makes music now, but like pre 2008.
Yeah, I
right?
wish
so
they
that was,
didn't.
yeah. So you're looking at like 15 years ago.
I had
I
one
mean,
current guy on my 10.
yeah.
Children of Bodom. Those fucking riffs are those riffs are hard. They fucking smack.
So it's like
Sounds of a Playground. That's what kind of did it for me. Wasn't there a song Rusty or Rusted? Like I'm thinking Rusty Nail, but I know that's just Drambuie and fucking Scotch, which
Um,
is also awful.
yeah, that was on the poster.
Sounds of a Playground fading. That did not do it for me. Was it on A Sense of Purpose?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think you might have been.
Mirror's Truth was okay. Man, what was that single? It was awful.
It might have been after Playground, dude. Because I don't.
Rusted Nail in 2014. That song fucking sucked. So yeah, if I have to pick a band that like stuck it the whole time, by default, I have to go As I Lay Dying. I don't think they are the best band, but they've at least kept it going from beginning to current.
What about Soilwork?
They may have gotten it back, but they got weak in the middle.
I mean, they threw fucking fire for a long. They were up there with In Flames.
I love Soilwork. Soilwork and In Flames were 1A, 1B for me.
Yeah.
And then I don't 2010 was just a weird fucking time because I don't know what the fuck happened with music in 2010, but everyone went full retard.
2010. What am I thinking of?
I don't think it's recovered really, right? Because like I was gonna say, what I was getting at before, like why do you think it is that music isn't as good now as it was? You know, we can go as close back as 15, 20 years ago, or we can go back 40, 50 years ago to the 70s and the 80s. Personally, I think music peaked in the 70s and the 80s. But why do you think that is? Like what happened?
I think probably technology. Because I mean, like Ghost, like one of my favorite bands now, their first album came out in 2010. I think it was like 2008, 2010. And it sounded exactly like a Sabbath meets Blue Oyster Cult weird fucking cool thing.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, the music's fine now, but it's not like as cool as it used to be, you know? I think it's just like more technology and everything. I think people just overthink it.
Well, the other thing that happens is like everything changes in a way because if you have a record deal, the record company wants to make money. So it's like if you even show a glimpse of success, then they're going to want something more commercial. It's like, oh, we need a single, or we need this, or we need that, which then leads Bring Me the Horizon to make like a fucking, I don't even know what the fuck they released. But one of the, like they released, so because they were like as heavy as it got for like the 2010s, like as heavy as metalcore got. Like they were like it was them. And then they released probably in the teens sometime, like maybe like 2018, 2017. It was this like modern something or other, but it was basically just like a big fuck you. Like one of the songs was called Heavy Metal, and the theme of the song was they were getting crushed because it isn't heavy metal because we're writing different stuff now. And it's like the
Was
bands
it like heavy metal?
No, this song's fuck. Look it up. Bring Me the Horizon, Heavy Metal. It's not like if you want to understand what happened to that band. Well, no, actually there is no understanding. But if you want to see the contrast, the song Diamonds Aren't Forever by Bring Me the Horizon, and then look up immediately after that, look up Heavy Metal by Bring Me the Horizon, and you'll see what the fuck happened. But their song Heavy Metal basically criticizes anyone that's like, you know, where it's like, oh, this isn't heavy metal, you guys suck. And it's like, no, it's just different, man. And it's like, it just evolved, whatever. And especially now, it's like anyone that comes out with anything heavy, like for rock, it's either too mainstream or it comes out heavy and people don't like it. And then it's like usually comes from like, angst, depression, whatever. And then sometimes the people just aren't depressed anymore and they can't write the same music. I actually think Ollie from Bring the Horizon has said that. He goes, yeah, I was pretty angry back when I used to write those songs that were heavy like that. He goes, kind of not that angry anymore. Kind of hard to fake too.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty interesting too, because I mean, one of my favorite bands now or artist is Devin Townsend, and like when he was with like Strapping Young Lad, like that shit was banana land, and he was very very angry, very like really into drugs, and like even like some of his stuff when he got clean is still very much emotional, heavy. But now he like his last album, or maybe it was 2 albums ago before COVID. I mean, it was basically like a Disney soundtrack. Like, dude, I mean, the music was still fine, but I'm like, no.
Well, that's so Falling in Reverse, because I've talked about them before, where Ronnie Radke, huge piece of shit, like bad guy, super fucking talented. Like he's done everything from pure metalcore to just like, just straight rock. He's done like some rap rock stuff, like whatever. But then they took the first, like 2 of their first singles, Falling in Reverse. They took those and made them into like these like orchestral epics. I'm like, what in the fuck am I listening to right now? Like the song The Drug in Me Is You, where he went to like celebrity rehab, has been made into this like epic, like this concerto. Like how many didgeridoos did we use to make this song? I don't know, but music's weird. Music's tough. Like, dude, I feel it because I like such niche stuff that it's fucking hard to find. It's fucking really hard to find new music.
Yeah, because the other thing too, right, is like there's no, at least I'm not aware of any, there's no new music that comes out that is similar to, a classic rock in the way, right? Like everyone's gonna, the immediate thing everyone goes to is Greta Van Fleet, right? Because it just so happens that their lead singer sounds like fucking Led Zeppelin, right? So yeah, whatever. Like they kind of borrowed the sound of Led Zeppelin, but I'm not looking for a copycat of Led Zeppelin. I'm looking for like good rock, and it doesn't exist. It's all like, who are those fucking little Korean guys that are like asexual that everyone loves? BTS, is that them? Or is that just behind the scenes? Did I just make that up? I don't know.
I think
I don't even know who these Koreans are.
BTS. I think it's BTS.
I think it's BTS. Yeah, that sounds right. Like who the fuck are they? Fuck them. I don't care. I don't care about them. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to think.
Well, so I'll give you an example. So oh my fucking god. Motionless in White. Motionless in White is similar to like the early 2000s, like a new metal type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Too weird. It's too weird to go mainstream. That's why. Like it's too weird to be popular.
Yeah.
I think too, a lot of it is like stuff now is either too sanitized or like you can only beat a topic to death so much. Unless you want to like bring back the Norwegian black metal bands. If you want to bring back Mayhem, like I'm all for it.
Never listened to Norwegian black metal.
Yeah.
Never.
Well, like, you can only like talk about Satan so much, or it's too like even Ghost. I mean, I like the band, I like the theatrics, I like the image of it, but it's not like what it used to be,
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's no more. Like, I'm trying to think of people now, but I don't know any of them. Like, not even Justin Bieber, because he's a little bit older now. I think he's like our age. But like, who's like a Shawn Mendes, right? There's a name. I don't think I've ever listened to any of his music, but like, you have people like a Shawn Mendes, like a Justin Bieber, like the BTS people, like all of these people that are coming out are doing this like bullshit like poppy thing, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
just
all
pop.
like, but like where is the
There
what are the
aren't
rock
any.
groups? There aren't
any
There
because
aren't
they're
any.
too close, but they're too close to pop. It's like Imagine Dragons and 21 Pilots.
Yeah, yeah. It's like even on the other end, there's no one, and now I'm not a Bruce Springsteen huge fan. But he does have some good stuff. But like there's no like Bruce Springsteen. There's no Tom
Great.
Petty, right?
Great white person barbecue music.
Yeah, yeah. But there's no guys like that. Like if you want something like a Bruce Springsteen or a Tom Petty, like you have to go back and listen to them. Like there's no one like Queen. Like granted, Queen is a like a once in a lifetime band, but like there's no one like them. That's like what like you would think that people would want there'd be someone that wants to fill that niche, right?
I don't know, dude. So here's an actual prevailing theory. Anyone that likes that stuff, like I mean like actually likes it, because you know where I stand on that shit, but they don't want anything new.
Yeah.
They're content with it. They'd rather they will listen to Dire Straits for the fucking 1000th time.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sitting here listening to fucking Money for Nothing, like I cannot fucking listen to the song again. What the fuck are they even fucking talking about? And it's funny because the opening riff is fucking good.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what in the fuck is going on with this fucking song?
Yeah.
And you know who's severely overrated? Billy fucking Squire. That guy sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. His songs are not good. His songs are popular. They are not good. And frankly, he is fucking annoying.
Yeah.
The one that did the stroke.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably get.
And then like there's some other song. I don't know what it's called, but it's like it ends like the main riff with "Everybody Wants You," and it's like this song sucks.
Oh yeah,
This
Lonely
song
is the
fucking
night.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
song sucks.
Yeah.
That fucking blows. I
Everybody
hate
Wants
that
You
fucking-
is its own song too.
Ugh,
Yeah.
awful.
That is the ultimate like white people music.
Yeah, well, Bruce, Tom Petty, John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah.
That's some severe white person barbecue music.
Billy Joel.
Yeah, I was.
Strictly 80s Joel.
Yeah. You know who actually isn't awful if we're talking about the Billies is Billy Idol. Billy Idol had some fucking game
Rebel
to him
Yell.
back in the day. Yeah. White Wedding.
Yeah.
That's all I know of him.
Those are the only two
That's
songs
all I
know. But he had two bangers.
Oh, we're talking about like white people music. Hootie and the Blowfish, even though Darius Rucker is 1000%.
Yeah.
Although when he did that Burger King commercial is still fucking lights out. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
No, I don't.
Oh my god! So you have to, like, anyone who's listening and get to a computer, you have to YouTube the Darius Rucker. I don't know if I think it's just him. So I think it's Darius Rucker. It's not. I don't think it's the whole band. Burger King commercial for the tender crisp bacon cheddar ranch.
So
It's awesome.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm not gonna
Actually-
play it, but I'm gonna put it up on my
when they
list.
first like blew up, my father got mistaken for Darius Rucker in like 1990.
I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see that.
They were going to see Hootie play at the Xfinity Center, formerly known as Great Woods, the stadium
Yeah.
formerly known as Great Woods, and they were pulling into some McDonald's or whatever, and they had to piss because they've been drinking the entire time, and he had my godfather come out with them, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's fucking Hootie," and they were like taking pictures and everything. So he had him like, my godfather had him like pull a jacket over his head and push him in the restaurant.
That's awesome. Yeah, he got more white with time. He was Hootie and the Blowfish, which was the ultimate white people at a barbecue. And then he just went into country. Like it literally doesn't get any whiter than country music.
As to my father with vitiligo.
Yeah. He's followed Hootie's career pretty close. All right, I got one more thing before we wrap things up here. I got a gripe. I'm interested to see where you guys stand on this, but I saw a commercial the other day. I think I was watching. I had to have been on when I was watching golf because it was on NBC, and I saw a commercial with Lester Holt, of all people, the newscaster from NBC, that said he is going to be starting a brand new show called NBC Nightly for Kids. So it's literally just Lester Holt and a bunch of kids like talking about the news. And he goes, yeah, it's all the news that your kids need to know and things like that. And goes in this whole big long spiel. To which I say, 1000% go fuck yourself. One, my 6-year-old doesn't need to know what the fuck is going on in Ukraine, right? Like, I don't care, because that was like one little promo clip. It was like Lester Holt talking to a 6-year-old about Ukraine. Like, that's fucking stupid. Like, two, like my kid needs to be a kid, right? Like, if I have like a young child, like I want them to go like run outside and climb trees and like play sports and throw rocks at each other, right? Like, I don't need them to be like, oh my God, there's a war in Ukraine, and like get anxiety from that shit. Like, you're a kid, like just go be a kid. Like, you don't need to know what the fuck is going on in the world. And then like also the another part of that is coming from NBC, which is wicked fucking left leaning. Like, what are you actually going to be telling these kids, right? Like, it's just all around can get fucked, right? And I have a feeling it's going to fail because they've tried to do shit like this before, right? Like, wasn't there was like a kids news thing when we were younger, right? When we were kids, wasn't it? It was on like Nickelodeon, or I vaguely remember there being like a kids news show, and it fucking tanked. What'd you say?
It was for all that.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Linda Ellerby, Nick News, or something like that.
Yeah, Nick News. Yeah. Like,
Also, just an FYI, Keenan and Kel is on Netflix. Go on.
okay. But yeah, no, like that's my gripe, right? Like, NBC can get fucked all the way around. Like, it's completely unnecessary. But now they're pushing it. Like what? It's not enough. It's not enough to just get people already fucking amped up and fired up and hating each other. Now you want to try and get kids to fucking hate each other, or like hate adults for no reason because they voted one way or think one way. No, get out of here with that fucking shit. So
I have some optimism for why this isn't an issue. Kids are too stupid to take on news, current events, shit like that. They don't care. They don't get it. They're not going to get it. Too boring. Don't have the attention spans for it. We're good. They will not be watching this.
I hope not. I hope it tanks.
I don't see how it can succeed.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be fine. Like, I remember, like, my dad used to like have talk radio on the radio, like driving to school, and like he'd ask me about like random things when I was younger. Like, all right, well, I'm gonna go throw a stick at that asshole over there now. So
yeah, but like how old? Like middle school?
No, I was like elementary school age.
Okay, because these kids are literally like 5, 6, 7 years old.
Yeah, they can't. They cannot take in this info.
No,
they don't possess the ability to do it. So it'll tank, no issue. It won't work. And we move on with our lives.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope you're right.
I don't say things unless I'm right.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point. So, well, in that case, I guess we can wrap things up. So, Jones, you have a final thought?
I guess the kind of the antithesis of what you were just saying. I'm kind of like trying to figure out when the fuck I decided to be a billion years old, because I used to be able to like drink and like not get hangovers and not like die like regularly. now I just like get like extreme pounding headaches, even though I don't drink anything but water. And like I try to eat pretty healthy, but I still just get like just massive headaches now. Like just absolute fucking pounding headaches. I'm pretty sure it's just because I'm getting older. But like if this continues, I'm gonna be right on my death pool again.
You should look into getting like an allergy test.
Oh,
Because you might actually be allergic to something that you eat pretty frequently, and it's like causing you to get headaches.
Yeah.
And it could be something really fucking stupid, right? Like Amy went through it a while, like last year, I think at one point she did it. She took an allergy test and she found out she was allergic to grapes and like wheat and barley and shit. And not like anaphylaxis, like allergic, but like had an immune response to it, elevated one enough to show up on a test. So she was like, oh, well, that makes sense. Cause she would literally have like a beer or like 2 glasses of wine and be like, if she had like 2 glasses of wine at like 5:00, she felt like she was hungover by like 8. And I was like, that's weird. You're not supposed to be hungover until the next day. But it got to the point where like she was just always not feeling good. So she went and got the allergy test. And there was a list of probably like, I think 12-ish things that were on the list that had like a high immunoglobulin response, which is just like the white blood cells, whatever. And then she like stopped eating those things and then stopped really getting like wicked bad, like migraines and stomach pains and shit like that.
Well, if I can't eat bread or anything, I might as well just kill myself now.
Well, yeah.
Just call it death pool.
Or at least like
I don't think you'll be allergic to bleach.
Yeah.
You test that theory out.
Only one way to find out. It's like the old lactose intolerant test. Like back in the day, it used to be like, hey, drink this glass of milk. All right, give it some time. How do you feel? Awful. All right, you're lactose intolerant.
Yeah. What what TV was that? A TV show? I feel it might have been Always Sunny when they talk about they poison themselves a little bit every day so that they can't be poisoned. Is that Always Sunny?
That sounds like Always Sunny.
It's like they eat a little bit of poison every single day in order to make sure that no one can ever actually poison them.
If it's not Always Sunny, it's got to be Archer.
Yeah. It's one of those two.
I think I got to go back through Archer. It's been a long time since I've watched.
I know. That was such a great show.
I remember we did watch a few episodes of Archer on Guys Weekend. I remember it being very good. I also remember
Archer's good including and through season 7.
Yeah.
After that, it gets weird.
Yeah, it peaked season 3 or season 4. I think
they were both like, pretty good.
Both of those, I think seasons 3 and 4 of Archer are arguably some of the best like comedy on TV.
It's so good.
It was just incredible.
But yeah, the poison thing, that sounds like an Always Sunny thing.
Yeah. I couldn't remember where it came from, but you can always do that, right? You just eat a little bit of poison every day, so then you won't be allergic to anything anymore. Drink a little bit of bleach. Just take a little bit of bleach every single day.
I mean, I do also have to make it to December, so
that's true. We do have to go to New Orleans.
Yeah, no, that is true. That's going to be quite the trip.
It's going to be something. It'll be funny too, because I don't need to do it now, but as we get closer, I will be like texting everyone in the group and just being like, hey, so just so we are clear, I will be putting together no activities outside of drinking.
Yeah.
But
what I was going to say was, if you want to do something else, look it up and figure it out on your own, because I've got appointments and they're at bars. Because I don't know, maybe someone wants to go check out the fucking riverboat, whatever the fuck. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
I'll walk by it.
Oh, hey, there it is. I see it.
Look.
Yeah. I need a third hand for my third beer.
Yeah. We do not have enough hands. That's for sure.
I was actually talking with Matt the other day about it, and it's like, what are the chances that we can like find people's arms and just attach them like Goro, not Gordo, Goro. So
Yeah, it would be helpful. It would be helpful at the beach, not the place, the bar called the beach.
The beach bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, even if there, I don't think there are, but even if there were beaches in New Orleans, like I don't think I would have, I think I would rather go to Revere Beach.
The sneaky good part about flying into New Orleans is, or I guess about the trip, is when you are flying in and you see the levees.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, I can't believe these levees broke. They're 3.5 feet tall. What do you mean you can't believe they broke?
Yeah.
They're fucking sandbags that are fucking like, and obviously you're in the plane, so they got to be higher than that. But it's like, for hurricanes, I thought there would be something fucking bigger. I'm pretty sure Fairhaven, Massachusetts, which has gotten like maybe 6 hurricanes in 100 years, has bigger fucking walls and shit. And New Orleans like, well, we got these levees, and it's like,
yeah,
the levees broke.
I can't believe it.
No shit.
Yeah.
Look at those fucking things.
Yeah, they're made out of sand. What the fuck? Like there's this thing called concrete. I don't know. Maybe give it a whirl. Maybe throw some steel rebar in there to reinforce it too. No, sand.
We got this like sandbag operation thing. We've been
got
using
a couple
it forever.
bags of sand. That's fine.
Army Corps of Engineers figured it out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we would have had walls, except the mayor of New Orleans back in the Katrina times took it and gambled all the money away. All right. So so we have sand.
Yeah. That's got a final thought.
Final thought. And this is my final thought for the episode and my final thought ever on N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry was traded away today as a known N'Keal Harry defender. I didn't think he got a fair shake until last year. I would still argue that if you wanted to make it work with the guy, then he should have maybe actually gotten some targets. I don't want to hear these not open thing, whatever. So I don't think his career got off to a solid start. It just didn't work out that way because he was drafted in 19, right?
Yes.
So 19, 20, 21, he played 3 years with the Patriots. He was hurt to start. Brady wouldn't throw to him for the final 8 games. Then he had Cam Newton throwing to him. And then last year, just no targets, blocking tight end effectively, whatever. So I'm glad that I don't have to defend this guy anymore. He's going to go down as probably the worst draft pick Belichick's ever made. And
Tyrone Wheatley was pretty bad.
Yeah, but Tyrone Wheatley was like a 2nd or a 4th round pick. This is a 1st round pick.
Dominique Easley.
Cyrus Jones.
2nd round pick, Cyrus Jones. Dominique Easley. I don't know who was worse, Dominique Easley or N'Keal Harry. Those are the 2 that I came up with.
Yeah.
For 1st round
I mean,
picks.
I don't think Dominique Easley made it more than 1 season. And he barely
played a couple, then we traded him.
Yeah.
Trade him to the Rams, I think.
Huh.
Neither one was very good.
No.
So that's the eulogy on my stance as N'Keal Harry defender. And so fucking help me God if he goes off next year, which he won't because he went to fucking Chicago.
Yeah.
So it was like if he went to like Kansas City, you could maybe see him putting up like a couple numbers here and there. It's like he's going to Chicago. He's not going to put up anything. So.
Yeah.
No
or if
worry.
anything, he would have like one big game, right? Like he'd have one game with like 140 yards and like a touchdown.
But I feel a little free. I feel a little free that I don't have to defend this guy anymore.
A little weight off the shoulder.
Yeah. Monkey off the back.
Yeah. All right. Well, for my final thought, I have another. I think you would call it a gripe. I get a lot of gripes today.
What is this, Festivus?
Yeah. So
Festivus in July?
yeah, I guess actually. This has come up, I think, twice.
We should do that.
We should do Festivus in July.
Johnny used to do Christmas in July for his birthday. We could do Festivus in July.
Yeah.
I don't think
Probably not this year, but
Yeah.
next year.
next year for sure.
Yeah. So this has come up in two separate occasions over like the last like week and a half, just talking to people at work and like overhearing conversations. The first one was this one guy who was talking to someone else and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm real excited. We got a cruise coming up. We're going on this cruise," and like he's talking all about it, whatever. And this other whoever he was talking to was like, "Oh yeah, I love cruises, going all of this." And then like I think it was today, Tuesday. I think last Friday, I heard someone else talk to me, or someone said something to me about cruises. They were like, "Oh yeah, I just booked a cruise for like September or something," and I was like, "Cool, man." Like, so which leads me to my actual final thought, right? Because people keep wanting to talk about cruises around me for some reason. I don't think there is anything more fucking useless in this world than a cruise. Now, let me explain. People that are like, "Oh yeah, but like you get to go to like the islands, right? You go to like Bermuda on a cruise." Okay, if you want to go to Bermuda so bad, why don't you just fly to Bermuda and stay there on dry land? Like, you're going to take 4 fucking days to float from wherever the fuck, Massachusetts or wherever
Florida.
you're going, Florida. You're going to take 3-4 days to set sail from Florida to go to Bermuda, spend like a day at Bermuda. And then, oh, by the way, there's a curfew, right? And then, but you get to see all the islands. Cool. What does the boat dock at 9 a.m.? And then it leaves at 9 p.m. So you get 12 hours to be on the fucking island. And then you got to get back on the boat, float over to the next island, do it again for like, 3 days? And then you got to sail another 3 days back to fucking Florida, wherever you're going. Like, it's useless. One, the ocean sucks, right? Boats are stupid. Like, they're just dumb. People get seasick. That's like a normal thing. It's like for people to get seasick. Dude, get fucked. Get on a plane.
Get seasick.
Yeah, get on a plane and get there in like anywhere between 1 to 3 hours, and then spend 4 fucking days on the island. Like, how hard is that to do? And then they're like, "Oh yeah, but you get to see all this. It's the experience." What fucking experience? What? It's magical. It's not fucking magic. What is it, Disneyland? Get fucked. Even Disneyland's not magical. Like, "Oh yeah,
Most magical place on earth, dude."
Yeah, no, don't care. And then I've heard other arguments being like, "Oh yeah, Alaskan cruises are supposed to be beautiful." Yeah, you know what's beautiful about it? Alaska. So why don't you just fly to fucking Alaska and spend a week there on dry land and actually explore Alaska instead of having to like be able to go like maybe 3 or 4 miles and then having to like turn around and come back because the boat's going to leave your ass? Like, I don't know. I don't understand it. There are people that are like infatuated with cruises. Oh, also to top it off, what's the number one fucking thing that you hear with cruises all the time? This little tiny thing called the norovirus that like constantly wipes out fucking cruises. People get it and you shit fucking blood for like 3 days. No thanks.
You're not supposed to drink the water.
Well, it doesn't. That's if you drink the water in Mexico. But like, you can just be on a cruise ship and get fucking norovirus. Like, I'm good, man. I'm good. Like, take your cruise and shove it up your fucking ass. Because if I want to go like, "Oh yeah, but you could take a cruise to Costa Rica." You know what else you can do? You get on a plane and fly to Costa Rica. You get there faster. You spend more time in Costa Rica. And you don't have to deal with bullshit fucking the ship rocking back and forth. I'm good. Get fucked with your cruise. I think it's truthfully the dumbest fucking idea ever. It's a mode of transportation that was used in the 15th century. We have planes now. Use the fucking plane.
Spin zone.
So Oh, okay. Go ahead, Jones.
Spin zone. What if you're going to the Bermuda? If you're going to Bermuda, what if you? Let's just say you don't care about your life. Let's just say. What if you actually get into the Bermuda Triangle and you just never come back? That's kind of cool.
I mean,
Well,
you can
Amelia
do that on a
Earhart
plane
did fly
too.
into the Bermuda Triangle too.
Yeah. Anything you can do on a boat, you can do it better on a plane.
You
Cargo
can't crash
ships.
an iceberg on a plane.
That is true.
You can crash a plane into an iceberg.
I mean,
That is a fair point. You can.
it's
You can do it better too. That's what I mean. Anything you can do in a boat, you can do better in a plane.
Yeah, the only thing you can't do is like the big cargo ships. That's it.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that's true. All right,
All right. So I agree with you. Have you ever been on a cruise though?
No.
Okay,
I
I've been
never
on
will.
one. I've been on one. So I'm gonna lay out how this went. Fly it from Boston to Tampa. Boat leaves from Tampa. Takes 2 days on the boat. No, 2 days, 24. Maybe it's 1 day. Maybe it's 1 day out because it's from Florida to Mexico. So it's 1 full day on the boat. That's it. Then, it docks up, whatever. And you spend maybe 8 hours in whatever part of Mexico we went to. Cozumel? Maybe Cozumel. I don't know. I saw a donkey. And I saw it. And those people drive like lunatics. It is awesome. Like you get in a minivan and it is like, talk about not valuing your own life. Get in a fucking Mexican taxi. That's how you like really have no regard for your own well-being. So credit to my mother for putting me on there when I was 12. So like you do your thing around Cozumel. I think we swam with stingrays and like you go into like the little town, whatever. It's all tourist trap. They try to fucking trade you shit. Like, oh, you have a Notre Dame hat? And I'll give you a gold chain. And it's like, that is not a fair trade.
I'll give you a
Whatever.
goat.
You can have the donkey. So then you get back on the boat, boat's moving. Maybe next day we went to Grand Cayman or something. And then go to Grand Cayman for the day. It's like 8 hours, whatever. And then it's like another full day back to Florida. So it's like a 4-day cruise was only 2 days of action, which was really only like 16 hours of action. It's like,
yeah.
I didn't do anything in these places. Now you can go on better cruises. Like there are better options. Like the cruise I went on sucked, but it's the least efficient mode of travel. Being on an itinerary like that gives you the least amount of flexibility to actually do some of these things. So like, that's when people are like, oh, well, you get to go to all the islands. It's like, just saying you went to the islands isn't the same as going to them.
Right. It's like
These
the people
islands
that like have a layover in like fucking Cleveland.
I've-
and they're
I've-
like,
I've
oh
been-
yeah, I've been to Ohio.
Yeah, I've been to Atlanta.
It's like, no, you've been in the airport. Like,
I've
you
had a
haven't
45-minute layover in Atlanta. That's not going to Atlanta.
Yeah. No, I've been to all the Grand Caymans. I've been to all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. You stepped foot on them.
Yeah, so I mean, they're a cesspool for disease. The rooms on them are awful. It's basically just a dorm. If you just want like a regular room, like the nice rooms are nicer, obviously. I don't think they're much cheaper than like if you're gonna go like all the islands in 4 days, whatever. I don't think it's much less money to pay for a flight and stay 4 days at one of the islands.
Yeah.
So I got no use for cruises. Disease ridden.
Yeah.
They're nasty. They're just gross too. It's like fucking people everywhere. Like
Yeah, you're stuck with people, right?
I
Like
hate
you can't,
people, and they're
you literally
fucking
cannot
everywhere.
get away from these people. They're on a fucking cruise ship. Like you cannot get away from them. There's nowhere to go
So
unless you
annoying.
jump over the side of the boat.
yeah. I mean, If you value your life,
Jumping out of a plane would work better.
This is true.
can you imagine all the people that got stuck on the cruises during like COVID times? How much that must have fucking sucked.
I would have
Yeah, it's the fucking
absolutely.
worst.
I would have went overboard. Absolutely.
Killed myself.
I would have tried to. I would have tried to find something heavy and just like hanging around my neck and just jump all over the side.
Yeah.
It's fucking awful. And then, yeah, but you can get like you can pay a little bit extra and get all your drinks and food paid for. It's like, yeah, it's called all inclusive, and resorts have that too.
Yeah.
People forget.
Yeah, people forget.
People forget.
People forget that like literally you only go to Aruba for an all inclusive resort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I really feel like if you go to Aruba and you don't fucking do the all inclusive thing, like you're an absolute fucking sucker.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
say go slaughtered?
Like have you ever heard of anyone go to one of these islands and not go all inclusive?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, but you can pay a little bit more and get all your everything included. Yep. Yep. Resorts have that on dry land. It's called all inclusive.
And you're free to go where you want when you want.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the other thing too, right? So it took you, let's call it 24 hours to float from Tampa to Cozumel.
Yeah, probably.
What do you think? Tops 3-hour plane ride?
I got to imagine if I hopped in a boat. So 3 hours south of here.
Is
What's
Florida.
that? Northern Florida, like Jacksonville. Is Jacksonville like 3 hours?
Yeah.
Because Orlando's a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So from Boston to Jacksonville is a 3-hour flight. It's 24 hours in a car. Like how fucking fast does a boat move?
I don't know. 62 knots. Like, I don't know. That's another, add that to the list. Knots. What the fuck is a knot? Like, fuck off. It's miles an hour. Like,
yeah.
Oh, as the crow flies. Fuck off with all of your nautical bullshit. How about that? Oh, we're going 52 knots. Hey, buddy. We're regular people.
Is that fast?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Are you just saying words? Like, what is 50 knots? Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. Are we going to die if we hit an iceberg at 52 knots? I don't know. Like,
hopefully.
It's funny. I looked at a knot is like 1.56734 miles per hour. So just times like your miles per hour by
Like a buck and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
50 knots is 75 miles an hour.
Yeah, I think it's about 350.
How many about true?
It's just dumb all the way around. Stupid, right? And I imagine like they're all also pretty fucking expensive. And you got to fly anyway. You have to fly to wherever you're going to get the fucking boat.
Well, that's another thing. Like, yeah, I had to fly to Tampa, stay a night in Tampa just to get on a boat.
Yeah.
To go 24 hours. It's insane. It's
like, why not just fly directly to where the fuck you're going?
I don't know, dude.
People forget that you like live near Boston and they have a harbor. So you can just sail from Boston to where they're going.
Do you think you could hop in the Brockton Harbor and get to Mexico? Or is that a no?
I think you get to a different kind of Mexico. It's the Brockton, Mexico.
The tributary brings you the wrong spot.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I think it's probably a good time to wrap this up. So thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, again, thumbs up, like, rate, review, subscribe. If you're an audio only guy, subscribe also. Tell everybody you know about the show. Big thanks to mybookie.com. Go to mybookie.com, use the promo code SarcasmPod to double your first deposit up to $1,000. When this drops, it will be day one of the Open Championship. Will probably be, well, when this drops, it will almost actually be starting because this happens at midnight. So I think the first group goes off at like 2 a.m. our time. So go to mybookie.com and place some bets on the Open Championship with the promo code Sarcasm Pod. Also, go to grillyourassoff.com and use the same promo code Sarcasm Pod for 10% off your entire order every single time you check out. I got my hot sauces the other day. I don't know if I talked about that. I think I said I ordered them. I got them. They're delicious. Honestly, one of the best hot sauces I've ever had from grillyourassoff.com. So were you gonna chime in and agree with me? No?
What, the hot sauce? I haven't had it yet.
Oh, okay. It's really fucking good.
I would say I bought $100 worth of shit to get free shipping, and I didn't get the hot sauce.
Yeah.
But I have enough spices till fucking November, I think.
Yeah, I know, right? Also go to the merch store, and you can buy some coasters. One that Jones is holding up right now. If you're on YouTube, it's got our logo on it. You can get pretty much anything you want with our logo on it. It's all there in the store. You can get there through our Instagram, the link on our bio, which is at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Or you can go to Twitter at sarcasm_speaks, Facebook at Sarcasm Speaks, the website sarcasmspeaks.com. So until next time. Good night, everyone.